Are we live? I guess. Let's take a look here. -5. We're bring that down a little bit more. I think we're good to go. Nice. All right. The stream is up. Now to find a share video link. Share. We're going to try something here. See if that shares it. Oh, it does. Perfect. Okay. We're going to hide that. We're going to move this over here. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to... This is the setup part of the stream. And here, let me actually get... There we go. While I set this up. Streaming some Baldur's Gate 3 over at ATH Network. Or ATH Podcasts. Share. Let's see if that does something. All right. So, welcome back to the Saturday morning game stream. It is actually noon, around noonish, about 11:45. So I'm a little late. Been busy trying to set up for a D&D game this evening, as well as you know, just general straightening up and preparing for the holidays. So, you know, stuff. Anyways, let's not waste any time. I'm going to check my mod situation, to see if there's any updates. No updates. We're good. Using a little bit more memory than I thought. Johnny. Okay. We are at the campsite. Start game. So, still working on the background. Haven't figured out a good way to get something on the screen behind me just yet without using up a lot of battery power, but we'll get there. Failing that, I'm going to get a green screen. I just need to figure out what I'm going to use for a green screen, because all the listings I found really suck. All right, I'm going to as we're getting into this, and kind of catching ourselves up, I'm going to check the stream quality on YouTube. There's going to be a little bit of listening. Okay. Nice. Some good, some good sound. I've got kind of the volume set to a certain thing. For the game. If it's too hard to hear in-game, we can adjust that volume. But first, let's do that. Everything looks good. Not too laggy. But we shall see. I may just cover that up a little bit on my screen. No, I still need to monitor it, though. All right. So just to catch up where we are, we're at full short rests. We've just done our long rest, and I think we've talked to everybody. And I see that we've recruited Will at once more. We're to our full 5 because I'm using the mod adjust party size limit. Okay, I think we are actually done with the camp. And if I remember right, when we slept, we saw Asterion sneaking away. And those who know.
Best be on my way.
That means, ooh, that is a rich chocolatey voice. One nice thing about playing an RPG, where you can pick, like, you can make your character, is that you can have someone with a better, well, a deeper voice.
Pity you aren't as good at grave robbing as you are at excuse.
Oh, come on, Will. What the heck?
Like my mum always said, fools rush in.
You're both twice as tall as me, but have half the bloody backbone.
But we don't know what that thing even is. And what about the crypt?
I'm telling you, it's a ship. And the crypt can wait. Mari and Barton have been trying to break in for days. Now we... Stop! Got ourselves competition already. That's our ship.
All right, so normally I can persuade these guys. Leave before I take that to deception, persuasion. I seem to have a benefit to persuasion, so we'll give it a try. I'm not going to be too fussed if we don't make it. So I've already explained kind of the whole dice system. It's pretty self-explanatory. Who's going to give me the guidance? I guess Will give me guidance because you can't stack that. May or may not be a fight. Oh, no, we're good. One thing is when you do this section of the map first.
Well,
before
in that case, come on, you lot. No point in getting killed.
Before doing
Second
all the
worm
stuff in
gets
the
the
grove.
cheese and all.
This is a hard
second
situation.
mouse
Like this is a hard
gets the
area
cheese. No?
for early level.
Nobody's getting any damn cheese. Now move it.
It would
Yeah.
have been quicker to kill them.
Yeah, it would have been quicker to kill him. The encounter that you can get kind of in this little crypt area tends to be somewhat difficult, especially if you haven't quite hit level 3 yet. And usually when you do this and then go to the grove, you hit level 3 and woohoo. But now we are level 3. We have a little bit more to us. And I think we're going to go give this a try. Do not fall in there, sir. What's in the sack? Okay. So we're gonna hopefully convince this fella that we're on the up and up. All right, not too difficult of a situation. Let's go. Let's go. Wow. Wow. Okay. Use my inspiration so early on a critical failure. Yes, let's do it. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we saved. That's good.
You sound a bit shaken, boss. Hang on while I find the key.
All right, the door's unlocked. And let's go.
Who the hell's? You're dead.
Interesting. So, the new versions of D&D largely got rid of this surprise round in favor of giving people disadvantage on their rolls for initiative. Haven't ran it enough, or haven't encountered enough surprise situations while running the game. Otherwise, I'd have some opinion on it at this time. So this is probably going to be a bit more of a walk in the park. Do I not have? Okay, we took the stuff from Andorn.
At the ready.
Let's bring the toggle light source out.
No more prayers. Only dust and silence.
Who are those prayers for? Normally the patron god is obvious. Not here.
Now, I don't know what kind of RPG player you might be, person who's watching this, but I am the type, many times, I must go into every container and check it out. Because there's always something, and for some reason, I can't not click into every little box. And in this case, we've actually got kind of an interesting little document here. Death is too powerful a force for even a single god to contain. It is a duty that has been passed from hand to hand, splintered into smaller pieces. Disease, war, funeral rites. But there must always be an overseer of the cycle of life. Of the cycle as life falls away. For countless eons it was Jurgel, the lord of the end of everything. And it goes on to talk about Bale, Bane, and Merkel. So, the funny thing about Baldur's Gate 3, or the interesting thing, is if you're paying attention, this game shows you everything you need to know for the plot, and kind of spoils a lot of things pretty early on. Useful. Let's take it. Did I do this one already? Death is too powerful. The guild seal on the inside of the cover belongs to a printmaking collective in Baldur's Gate. Anonymous Candlekeep. Saravok, that's a useful name. If you have played older Baldur's Gate games, Saravok should show up and kind of like ping the little klaxons in your brain. As one of the villains of the early games. Dare speak his name to me. Tethir. Flaming Fist is another thing, another faction that may show up for you. Saravok, yes, but the Candlekeep is also one to kind of pay attention to. Not that it has any bearing on the game itself. It's just a bit of world building and features in terms of the setting. If you play tabletop or have a DM who is running the Candlekeep module, it'll just kind of spur something in you. I have yet to run something with Candlekeep, but I do want to. The module seems interesting, at least. Waterdavian cheese wedge.
Bet that will fit in my pack.
Now, funnily enough, clicking on all these things when you have console takes a while. Supply pack. Supply packs are useful. The rest of these things you can sell them for money, but they're not so important. Place to add to wares. We also have to keep our inventory in mind, because as I've mentioned before in previous streams, I open every container, I take everything. I'm an inventory fiend, and inventory carry limits exist because of people like me. Otherwise, we would grab everything in the world. Not bad, not bad. The Portrait of Fane from Divinity, Original Sin 2. Larian's previous game before this, which it would be interesting for me to go revisit that. I had some trouble with playing it because of it not being D&D. And that's an interesting complaint, and I understand that it is a tough one to parse, if only because the rules were a little different. It has things in terms of like there's a guard health bar, and then there's a health bar. And what it meant was it forced you to get into a little bit different strategies to fight your enemies. And as someone who's played mostly D&D and RPGs with like much more focused stats and focus skills, having the kind of the spread and all that was hard to deal with. But what we're going to do is bring everyone up here. And then we're going to hit the lever. Save. Hiding successful. Ooh, nice. You die. Nice. I've already done my move. Oh, it's just us in combat?
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Nice.
Looking ahead.
I feel like this is so much easier when you play things in different order.
Then through.
Oh wait, hold on. No, we're not sneaking anymore. Light source. Book of Final Breath. I just picked it up instead of reading it. That's great. Great, 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 great. No, I can't use that right now. Why would I want to use that? Dense rows, a scrawled text, the final words. Come see this. It's and you're blocking my light. Funny stuff. Before I get too full in the inventory, let's do a couple things here first. Let's send those books I've read to camp. So far, so good.
Breathe deep and move.
Let's toggle that out.
Anything of use?
Yeah, she gonna die. Well, she already did. Let's see. Let's do enter turn-based mode. We're gonna come in here. We're going to move off to the side.
The easy path.
The easy path. Do I have line of sight on this guy? And snaring strike. We're going to use the ranged. Nice. Now, I mentioned it last time, and so that's going to sound like a broken record, but the way they roll initiative in Baldur's Gate 3 isn't the same as the tabletop. They use the modifiers and do it based off of that.
What comes now?
Let's go in here. Come on, Shadow Heart.
Need
Come on, Shart. So surprised. Why don't we... We have one more encounter after this, so I don't necessarily want to spend all my things, but I do want to at least hurt. Hey, there we go. There's some advantage to doing this out of order. Oh, you guys are just going to follow? Is that what's going on? Okay. Well, Asterion, we're going to do this. And completely wreck him. Alright, Lizelle. Lizelle, we are going to come in here, and we're just going to surprise attack. Nice. Now, well, let's bring you over here. Where is our magic person? Eldritch Blast.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Nothing will stand in my way.
This feels good.
I've done my actions, yeah? I haven't done my actions? Are you for real?
Quickly.
That doesn't make sense. But I'll take it.
Talk to me. Got to press on.
Gotta press on. Will...
To strike. Make way.
Let's bring you over here. They are surprised. This is gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Not enough movement. There we go.
Have to keep going.
Okay. So clearly that went way different than whenever I've played it before. So that might be something that you might want to consider if you're playing this again or playing this for the first time, is that sometimes the difficulties of things are just in the order that you do them. As a first-time player, you can't really...
I can't wait to sleep.
As a first-time player, that's not something you can really parse until you've played it multiple times. But that's a lot of the same thing with the tabletop as well, that, you know, just how you decide to handle things and in what order determines the difficulties sometimes. And because it's a game and it's not like a live human interaction with a DM, it's somewhat static. Like, if you take this path first as a low level 2, you're going to have a harder time. If you go up to the grove first and come back down, you'll be wiping the floor with these enemies. And that's something that a DM on the fly can alter. And that's not always the case, you know, with things like this, where it's all kind of logic in games and things. But it's close. There's a lot of things you can do here. Ulu Thalong said, Jaw, it's coming. Woohoo, there it was again. Interesting. Simple robe. I should give... You know what? Let's give these to Gale. And we'll send that to camp. We'll mark those as wares. Take the money. Where's the money, Lebowski?
What was that?
Alright. This room is chock full of containers. And so that's kind of what this stream is just going to be, going into containers. The Mortal View. Eyewitness accounts of the Bale spawn, or the Ball spawn crisis. Bale? Ball? I'm not 100% certain on the pronunciation, so don't crucify me for that. Of course I remember. I knew the second that girl was walking, there should be trouble. Saravok, there's another thing. You know what? We've read this one before. But let's send it to camp anyways. Rows of books. Ooh, the Curse of the Vampire, of which Asterion is one. Flee, leave love and family behind. You will not save them. If you fight, you will not see them again, but they will see you. Oh, that's dark. Send to camp. And really, just in general, checking out all the books and literature in Baldur's Gate specifically can be very useful to you. They can enrich the setting for you. They can give you kind of an insight into what's to come in the game and also just flesh out some of the more villainous or important key figures in this game who don't quite get that information handed to you. Let's read. Death is too powerful. It was Jurgle. Okay. Now, see, we're coming up on a lot of things. And in general, it's good to kind of think of this in a Larian game, but also in tabletop in general. The basic items you can get are fine. But you're going to find a lot of those in dungeons. So like Javelin. Like there's 2 Javelins here. Those are throwable weapons. That's fine. In fact, I'll probably take those because I can throw them. Pick up. That's useful for me. I don't think I'm ever going to use a Great Club. Leather boots, leather gloves. Why don't we send those to camp and pick that up, add the wares. But with this, like, dungeons tend to get seeded by DMs with lots of fodder loot and magical loot. And the fodder loot is the things like the basic weapons. Like, you're just going to have a ton of bow and arrows or a ton of things like that. And that's cool. You can, like, collect those. If you're a hoarder, bring those in. In older versions of D&D and table and this particular type of thing, like you go back to like OSR and things like that, there was kind of a inventory management system in place where you had to manage what you were picking up in all these places, with the thought that you could technically revisit these dungeons. They would be repopulated, and you could have this loop of just loot, leveling, and fighting monsters, and you could keep doing that regardless of the story. So you have all these things, all this stuff, basic poison that you're collecting, and a lot of it you just, if you're a hoarder, take it, just grab everything.
Let's have a look.
With the plan to sell it. Otherwise your inventory is going to get somewhat ridiculous, and I'll show you. We started with around 100, and now we're at about 160 at the beginning of this play session. And you already noticed that, like, a lot of stuff. Daggers, you know, why don't we send that to Asterion? He's good with those. Chapel records, I picked those up instead of putting them to camp. Let's just send the books to camp. Now, ultimately, as long as you manage your weight and inventory thing, you can carry a lot of stuff. And if you play like a fighter or a heavier, a stronger person with a higher strength modifier, you can carry a lot more. Take all, turn that to gray. The Unclaimed. Powder Self, Kellumbor, Lady of Lost, so Shar. Pick up. Alright. We've pretty much cleared that room of most things of use. Now, these barrels, these red barrels, follow the same rules as all red barrels in video gaming. They are explosive. So one thing you could do when you fight, and Baldur's Gate does this fairly well compared to like me when I create my encounters. I'm still figuring it out. Environmental effects. Larian loves it. So if you can grease the ground in this game, or if you grease the ground, you can light it on fire, and that creates more damage over time and can give you an edge in the battle. Or it can hurt you if you're not careful. Same with water, which you can electrify. Water that you can freeze, turn to ice. A torch. We already have a torch. We don't need a new torch. Items that we can sell, so let's add them to our wares. On death and resurrection. Of what value is a life? Now that's a useful thing. Keep that in mind. Of what value is a life? This particular book kind of gives us a little quick look into something very soon to come. Which, if you've played the game, this is all just stuff you know already. If you're new to it and you're just kind of watching this for the first time, hi. But also,
don't touch me.
a major tenet of D&D in general and Baldur's Gate and these sort of CRPGs is exploration. And never more is it a big deal than here. It's real important to check every nook and cranny, at least on your first playthrough. You might find... I didn't even need all those modifiers. You'll find that there's so many neat things to see.
Can't slow down.
Alright. Let's save here. What we're going to do...
Armed scribes, but no sign of a struggle.
Oh, I don't even have Gale here.
I wonder what was so subversive about their words that they commanded protection.
Burning hands, that's fine. Let's turn the brazier on. The brazier. Brazier? Let's send that to Asterion. We can send that to Gale. Inventory management in this game is quite nice, I will say. Yeah, let's do the exploration first. Because then what I'm going to try and do is trigger something earlier. A key. A heavy key.
Here we go.
Here we go. Heavy chests.
Locked. As if that were enough to keep me out.
Ruby ring, another soul coin. Soul coins are interesting. They're interesting to run as a DM. A lot of opportunity for backstory and story and stuff like that. That's fun. Silver necklace. Pick up and add to wares. Wares. Do we notice Book of the Dead Gods? Now, I'm just a simple ranger, not a magical person, but let's take a look.
This book is far lighter than it should be with such a massive lock.
Ooh, strength, huh? Yeah, why don't we use strength? We're going to have Will guide us. 15? 15 class, that's going to be... That's going to be tough. 11. 14. Oh, I still have an inspiration. I wonder where I got that. 4. So possible 2 to 5. 15. This roll is tough. This is a tough roll. I'm using my... I don't have a whole lot of strength at my disposal. Well, I have enough. Dirty 20. Okay.
As the lock opens, a loose page comes with it. Magic pulses from the parchment. What was once script is now an obliterated scrawl. You have a sense these are names, a list. But of what?
Do I have religion? Weirdly enough, I don't. When it comes to being a player and going with the modifiers, when you see things like a -1 from intelligence or things that aren't within your wheelhouse, you can do them. Like, I'm going to do this check anyways, even though at most I can never get a 3 to this and 10. I mean, we'll see. Okay, so 9. I'm already failing it, but 10. Okay. That worked out. But it's not guaranteed.
These are the names of gods, once lost but now restored after the Second Sundering. Entire pantheons have dwindled and been reborn, silently
investigation
recorded
fail.
by this book.
Interesting. Very interesting. I should still take that book, though. Pick up. There we go. We'll give that to Gale later. Alright, now we're ready for our encounter. I'm going to trigger that early, actually. Which, should be kind of funny. We shall see. We shall see. Pick up.
Hells. Somebody just woke up down here.
So, the thing I'm doing early here is I'm encountering these scribes. These entombed scribes. Normally, you do something else and it triggers them when you're kind of deep in the thick of it. But I stumbled upon this a while ago by accident, in that you can trigger them by attempting to pick them up, which makes sense. If I were an entombed scribe and some looter was trying to pick me up, I would have a problem.
Shall we cut and run?
Yes, we shall. Well, dang. All right.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
Indeed. Let's do...
Battle favors the fearless.
Alright, we're going to come over here.
Making my move.
We're going to Eldritch Blast this fella. And a miss.
Victory awaits.
Will? Dang it. Dang it, Will? Nice.
Can't afford to let up.
Why don't we... Let's do this. Let's get him. We'll then let them take their turn. Silence. Dang it. Who got hit? Oh, I got missed. Nice. Not bad, but also not great. Let's get out of this silence bubble. And we're going to just do arrow 95. Not bad, not bad. I could have used Hunter's Mark. That would have been useful. As it stands, I don't think we'll be in the combat long enough for it.
Battle favors the fearless.
Silence is gone.
Victory awaits.
We are going to... We are going to miss our attack. Waste our action surge on this.
Time to kill.
Who is left? What do we got here? You and you. We're going to move over here.
Step quick.
Ready.
If I don't know if I want to jump over the fire. Do I have to jump over the fire? Sacred Flame. And he saved.
One day I'll catch a break.
Statue to Jurgle, if my lessons were true. The final scribe.
Lae'zel just succeeded her religion check. That is so strange. Given that the Githyanki are from the stars, from astrals, or from space. I don't know if like Jurgle would matter to them so much. Maybe they want to know. pick up... Yeah, we'll pick it up. Why not? Why not? Now, that fight could have been worse if we hadn't taken all their stuff. But because we did, we should be fine. Alright, let's do that. Let's
Enough time wasted.
Let's short
Battle
rest.
awaits.
That's curious.
And now...
A lot of effort to hide one sarcophagus.
Yeah. And now for Withers. Let's move my mouse out of the way. And so I ask you, what is one mortal life?
So he has spoken, and so thou standest before me. Right, as always. What a curious way to awaken. Now, I have a question for thee. What is the worth of a single mortal's life?
A single mortal's life. Well, I don't know. Let's see what quite the question.
An arbiter of certain matters. But that is not important now. Wilt thou answer my question?
Yeah, why not? It's a good question.
So, I ask again, what is the worth of a single mortal life?
Each life is of infinite value and merits sacrificing everything for. Yeah.
And thus, balance is achieved. If all are at war, none can win. Very well. I am satisfied. We have met, and I know thy face. We will see each other again at the proper time and place. Farewell.
Oh, we'll see each other sooner than you think, Mr. Oldie. Oldie and moldy. Bronze goblets. Let's add that to wares. Scroll of bone chill. Soul coins. You know, I never use those in my playthroughs. Speak with dead. That might be useful. Who am I kidding? It will be. Let's add it to myself here. Latest. Let's put Amulet of Lost Voices there. Cool. Now I have access to the Speak with Dead spell. Which is actually pretty good. Something, for what it's worth, I don't see a lot of players engage in. Or at least any... I would say my players in my games either just don't play a class that can do Speak with Dead, have an item that can Speak with Dead, nor do they really try if they can. And I'm not entirely sure what the reason is. I appreciate it because I don't have to come up with things in the moment. Like, here, figure out all this stuff that they're going to ask you. There was a brief uptick as a DM of players using Speak with Dead after the Dungeons and Dragons movie, which has a very funny use of that. Might be my favorite use of it, actually. And kind of idea making in terms of, like, if you just keep track of all their questions that they ask no matter what and use them,
What's that?
then you can have some fun with it. Animal speaking. Useful. Not as much for me as a ranger, to be frank.
That's curious.
What? I have never seen that. Crazy. Okay. Featherfall. Featherfall's really useful. Huh. Alright, so we'll go here. And then we're going to do a long rest. Because Withers should be back at the camp now. Aha, there he is.
I should speak up.
We meet again, as predicted. I shall be here in thy camp for whenever thou hast need of my services.
I've never really used his services. Which feels like I'm not using, or like not using part of the game, but not to be rude, but what are you?
There are many answers to that question. None are important. Correct. No.
No.
Beyond mortal realms, there doth exist an amalgamation of spirits.
So it's like you can have like hirelings join you instead. And I mean, I guess
cult of the absolute, felled in its name.
I feel like people who play honor mode use these more, as if they lose all their party members, they can just generate these guys. I just haven't done it because I like my party members too much, and I'm not in honor mode.
To lend aid to thy undertaking. Most willingly, forsooth. Their passions doth run deep for what hath been wrought.
Forsooth. Hitherto. Hitherto and forsooth. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I care only moderately. So everything's good. We should first talk to Will. And kind of the pain of this particular situation with the mod. We have to have people, the fifth member, wait.
The blade stands at the ready. And just when things were warming up.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Just when things were warming up. Quick save it. And let's go. Let's end the day. Yeah. What do we have? Does Shadowheart have something? No. Nobody has anything. I do quite appreciate that. Long rest. We'll use one of our supplies. A peaceful, non-cutscene-y long rest. All right. How's Gale doing? That's fine, but we're gonna be sticking with Will. Sorry, Gale. I do like Gale, but Will is the kind of character that I never really pick him. So we're doing
That's
that.
The spirit.
I tend to have issues with early level warlocks. I don't find them as fun. Okay, so we're out and about. What do we have? So we've completed the Nettie thing. We need to rescue Halsin, which is over at the Goblin Camp. That's a little ways off. We could do that. These companion ones are just going to happen whenever we complete those. We also have to hunt down Karlach. So we could do that. We could go get Karlach. I think that would be a good task within the bounds of this. Which then brings another issue. Is do we have Karlach as our main fighter or our main combat person? Or do we... Oh no, it's the wrong way. Or do we stick with Lae'zel? It's a hard choice. And I could have them all. But there's a limitation I've imposed on myself in this game, specifically with mods and this adjustable party limit, is I need to stay with 5. When it comes to difficulties in these games, I tend to want to keep things moderately difficult, a light challenge, but still doable. That's where I find most of my fun. Emerald Grove Environs. So, like, I'm probably never going to do honor mode for Baldur's Gate 3.
I'll be keeping an eye on you. Understand?
Like, I'm never gonna min-max things and
to kill you,
go crazy with that. You know, this might trigger Raphael sooner. Why don't we do that? But, like, I do like some difficulty. I can never pick, like, storyteller mode in things like this, or story mode, or all that. Because the main selling point of it is that you don't have to really engage in the systems. And I like engaging in the systems in these games. I just don't like the brutal difficulty. That is a hard thing. A hard thing to manage. And it becomes frustrating and discouraging. So, normally, like, I like normal. I like the normal difficulty. And for the most part, most games are pretty good with their normal modes. Like, you have a... Like, Baldur's Gate does well with it. The Witcher 3 does pretty good with it. What else? Those are kind of the main ones. Dragon Age as a series is just notoriously awful with their normal mode.
What manner of place is this? A path to redemption? Or
how am I so much taller than Raphael? Oh my god.
Hard to say, for your journey is just beginning.
Oh, this has such a different energy.
What would suit the occasion?
Oh, wow.
The words to a lullaby, perhaps. The mouse smiled brightly. It outfoxed
Hello, puny devil man.
Then down came the claw. And that, love, was that.
Props to this voice actor for Raphael.
They
just
do know
delightful,
how to write them in
delightfully
Cormier,
sultry,
don't they?
sinful,
Well met.
mischievous.
I am Raphael. Very much at your service.
And if you haven't played before, following this route with Raphael and every aspect of it is very rewarding, both in difficulty and challenge and humor and just overall fun. Am I talking to the mouse or the cat?
Neither. The fox, rather. Hiding, in a word. A silent observer, about to break the silence. Of course, what I have to say merits some privacy, as well as some more, let's call it, refinement. This quaint little scene is decidedly too middle of nowhere for my tastes. Come.
He has a much different energy.
Middle of somewhere.
With me, with the character I've rolled. That's very interesting. I've rolled a lot of other kind of more daintier characters, and boy, he is just in charge. Large and in charge. This is just like almost like pick me? Is that what the kids say? I don't know. Can you be more specific than somewhere?
The house of hope, where the tired come to rest and the famished come to feed lavishly. Go on, partake, enjoy your supper. After all, it might just be your last. Call it a ninth sense.
Right. Okay. A ninth sense.
What's better than a devil you don't know? A devil you do. Am I a friend? Potentially. An adversary? Conceivably. But a savior? That's for certain.
I don't know if you can quite hear the music, but I love that there's an underlying House of Hope Raphael encounter soundtrack thing going on underneath it, and that's really nice. As someone who has played this a bunch. Why would you help me?
Because my compassion is boundless. I stride among the needy, giving comfort where I can. And you're in dire need. One skull, 2 tenants, and no solution in sight. I could fix it all, like that.
Nice, he could. Let's see. You're mad if you think I'll make a deal with the devil.
Madness, but a denial of reality. Still, I have a feeling you'll change your mind before it's changed for you. Try to cure yourself.
Shop around, beg,
borrow, and steal. Exhaust every possibility until none are left. And when hope has been whittled down to the very marrow of despair, that's when you'll come knocking on my door.
Oh yeah, probably.
Such a tease.
I could say all these things, but yeah, let's put that.
I'll be around, watching you squirm like a tadpole through a nice, juicy brain. All those pretty little symptoms, sundering skin, dissolving guts, they haven't manifested yet, have they?
These
One
people
might say
have a
you're
lot of
paragon
info
of
that I
life.
don't have.
I'll be there when it runs out.
Now, I am really not sure why they... Ooh, what's this? A silver pendant. That's actually kind of nice. Now, I'm not sure why the Raphael encounter
Yes, has a harper sigil.
happens
Why were they
here. Because if you don't come up here ever, which this is an easy to miss place, if you don't do this, it takes you a while before Raphael shows up and makes his like little song and dance with you, like, and that love is that. Could we get down? How about now? Thanks. There's, ooh,
That's curious.
There's skittering and all that. The rocky
back
crevice.
Of the crevice lies a bag enfolded in the chitinous squabbling of spiders. A shiny gold coin pokes from its mouth. The creatures clutch the pouch possessively. You have no doubt.
Why do I want this?
A spider egg is nestled within.
Ooh. Okay, so 3 for sleight of hand for this, or the ranger, animal handling. Oh. Wait, why couldn't I get it from Will? Was he not nearby? Pathing could be a thing. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, I have an inspiration. Okay. Interesting. We are just not going to get this. That's great. Failure.
The spiders skitter about, more nervous than before.
All right, sleight of hand. Here we go. 15. All right, we did it.
The spiders scatter, and you stash the bag. Something clinks among the coins.
Okay, so what did we find? We gained another inspiration, so that's good. I received a pouch. Open. Ooh, okay. That's a throwable. That should be good. The unclaimed. Let's send that to camp. The Mind Flayer parasite specimen. Oh, okay. I think we're doing all right. Let's go back down. What? Gale hasn't come to me with with anything, any issues he's had yet, so that's positive. If you remember that condition he had, where he has to consume magic.
Wish I had a bag of holding.
I do kind of wish that this game had a bag of holding in it without having to do mods or things like that. That'd be fun. I like bags of holding. And for better or worse, I like giving them to my players too. It's just fun. It's a fun thing. I know it kind of like breaks some of the...
So, Gith, aren't you worried your kind will punish you?
Yeah, break some of the game a little early, but...
My name is Lae'zel Chucky. And my kin will understand my need for servants. They will help you, but only if I ask.
Why are they over there? Why are they over there? Can't go there.
A fine choice.
Are you for real? Is he gonna do it? Holy poo. Are you for real?
Where am I needed? Ever onward. Can't give up
That's
now.
kind of the first time I've had weird pathing things.
Very well.
To that nature. Alright, let's keep going. Oh no, wait, actually. What if we go over here? Because I think there's another specimen. Yeah, there we go.
People up ahead. Something's wrong.
Hang on, Ed. You're going to be all right.
It's going to be a little bit of overkill
You're
with
a true
5 people in the
soul.
party.
You can't die. Please, stay with us.
I don't think he's conscious. Can you hear us, Ed?
You, not a step closer.
A strange symbol glows, marked on their flesh, and something within you stirs in response.
Oops. Ha, bump. His wounds look deep. Let's see if we can help. Oh my gosh. 6. Okay. Well, here we go. Holy buckets. 4, 1, 5. Let's just. We're just cooking through our inspirations. 2. Okay. Better. But we're really cooking through them.
He's hurt badly. An owlbear.
And that
got
hair.
him
Oh my
deep.
goodness.
If there's anything you can do.
I'm watching you.
The injured man locks eyes with you. A familiar squirming churns in your head. Your
Hold this
minds
there.
intertwine. You see his siblings, Andric and Brenna, new recruits. Yours to shepherd.
Protect them. He's a true soul.
Oh, it's
Mind
Varric.
him. He will.
JK, LOL.
He.
Edwin! Ed! Please!
He's with the Absolute now. You're
Yep, just tell yourself that, ma'am.
a true soul. Edwin, our brother, he was chosen. Like you. Do you have orders for us?
Okay, you know that hair
We
in
were
this light
reporting to
doesn't
Edwin.
seem so bad. It's got kind of enough of a reddish tint. Not quite as red as hers, but it seems more full in the beard. Why are you out here?
We know that all too well, sir, but the Absolute sent us here.
We're looking for fugitives. Survivors from that ship that crashed farther west of here.
Oh, we're survivors. Yeah.
You! Brenna! Kill him!
Oh, well, I'm sorry, folks. You've reached death.
Break them.
Nothing important is
It
ever
feels
easy.
like overkill.
What do I have to lose?
I did not want to do that. I wanted to be a ranger.
Give up.
Ew.
This is my time. No time to waste.
There we go. Sorry, Andric. Sorry, Brenna. We're going to loot
Strange
you all.
power resonates within the corpse. It calls to you. Your limbs move of their own accord. There's something of value here, something your mind craves. Why let its host's memories go to waste? The tadpole has absorbed it all. Its experience could nourish you, strengthen you.
Yeah, why not? Let's let the tadpole influence us. Oh, ew. Worth noting, if you wish to use Speak with Dead, and the game tells you this too, so this isn't like new information, they're not going to talk to you if you kill them.
Abandon their hosts as soon as they need to. Vile parasites.
All the more reason to rid ourselves of our own uninvited guests.
Shaft of a broken spear. Why don't we pick up and add to wares? Oh, acid vial. Chainmail.
So, you know about these parasites.
Only if my people extract them. The only other cure is the blade.
Okay.
All right, let's go down here. We're going to deal with a bit of an owl bear threat. Leather boots, why? But look, if you'll notice, just to give you a sense of my hoarding and all that, we started here this session, this game. Now we're here. I'm never going to wear that stupid hat. Let's throw that away. Shaft of the Broken Spear can actually become something useful. I'm not going to need... I already got a sharp bow. But we can send excess archery things to the other party members, and we should be fine, right? Yeah. Will doesn't need it necessarily. Be ring, add to wares. Book of Dead Gods. Let's send that to Gale. Quarterstaff. Let's send that to Gale. So you could, you really should use other party members for inventory things. But as you'll see here, it's just like, I kind of don't. I don't end up doing that. All right, let's get in here. Now, I didn't choose the dialogue option, but the Andric, Brinna, and Edwin will mention that they were tracking
Owlbear tracks.
An owlbear.
Its nest must be nearby.
Yes, it must be nearby. It's the one kind. It's the one time I don't want to speak with animals. Most of the times you do, but I want to take out the owlbear and make sure the cub escapes.
That stench. Dead owlbear prey, no doubt.
Now, something weird to note as you play this, if you're playing this for the first time, those heavy stones actually do have a use. It's not important if you don't grab them or pick them up, but they make a certain area later somewhat easier. That's all I'll say. We're probably a few sessions out from that.
You feel the quake of its heavy footsteps before you see it. An owlbear, its beaked face looming out of the darkness. The beast returns the roar in kind.
When you're playing this game, you can very much, if you wish to, you can save scum. This game does not hinder you from doing it, and that's nice. But as I'm streaming this here for this like Saturday morning game stream, I'm gonna try to keep it as little saving and reloading as possible. We're probably gonna come to some options where when I play these, I have to have them a certain way in my playthrough, and we might come across that, but I'm gonna try and keep it as light as possible. Not enough movement. And we don't want to damage him. So let's do...
No holding back. Coming through.
Okay.
I won't give in.
Nice. We're going to go over here.
Need to act fast.
This is a somewhat new combat scenario, so let's... Or a fresh combat. Like, we haven't used any resources in our combat yet. So let's just do a level 1. Like, I think we can take it in level 1. Okay. Alright, Shadowheart. Okay. So, Shadowheart. Listen. Why? Why you miss? Dang it. Okay. Lae'zel, we're going to... Can we not, actually? That's that's an action.
Taking position.
We're going to... That is so weak. All right, we're gonna risk it. Okay, so we're kind of like flanking. We'll see if there's any benefit to that. Not necessarily.
Forever dauntless. 2 steps at a time.
We're going to click to confirm. We're gonna continue to witch bolt. That's useful.
Come on, can't stay idle.
But me, oh no. No, I don't want to break concentration on Hunter's Mark. I want to... Nice. Hunter's Mark. 1 to 6 additional piercing damage. Yeah, not bad.
Need to stay focused. Time to deal some punishment.
There we go. Interesting. There we go.
Cub looks from you to his dead
Oh
mother.
no! The cute little cub his mother died.
A single strike will end his suffering.
Oh, he's just
You
gonna be
watch
sad.
speechless
And then the
as
cub...
the cub begins to eat his mother.
That little kid's messed up. And we had nothing to do with it.
That, or we've just prolonged its misery.
What's inside?
Alright, so then... Nice. That shaft of the spear,
I'll fill that one later.
let's deal with that. We will combine with the shaft of a broken spear, or the head of a spear and broken spear. Nice. Vision of the Absolute. This is a versatile spear. We should give that to Shadowheart. Because currently she's got a mason shield, but I think that's going to work a lot better, at least in the early game for her. Short sword, don't need it. Don't need it at all. Okay. Heavy stone.
Might be useful.
Pork loin. We take the owlbear egg.
An owlbear egg. These are supposed to be worth a fortune.
Undead creatures that hit the wearer receive damage. Beasts that hit the wearer deal an additional damage. That's a nice armor, but I don't like that trade-off. I don't like to trade off.
Shrine to Seluna in a grotto like this.
Interesting. Scroll of detect thoughts. We definitely want that.
That's curious. Just an old prayer.
An ancient tome. We definitely want these things. We want these ancient tomes. Okay. If we're here and we read the prayer.
My prayers are answered.
Nice. We've gained some inspiration. This works. This works to our favor.
You should leave it, or even destroy it if possible.
But
This
why?
lavish is an offering to Seluna. At best, it's worthless. At worst, who knows? Could be cursed. Do not trifle with that moon witch, or her trinkets.
Or her evil
Only
trinkets.
trouble will follow.
We cannot just abandon our resources because I want things. I cannot stress enough how many, like how I just want the things, all the things in these games. If my inventory is not bursting at the seams, I'm not playing the game correctly.
Fine. Perhaps you can sell them for a couple of coins.
Thank you, Shadowheart. Thank you so much.
It hurts.
Pick up. Pick up, add to wares. Pick up, add to wares. Let's send that to camp. Now that's pretty useful too. We'll take it because this gives us kind of an option, a few different options in terms of Gale's condition, which he mentioned previously before, that he needs to consume magic items, which if you don't have a whole lot, you don't have a whole lot of options. And that can be kind of a pain in the butt. All right, let's get out of this cave.
Do you think your kin search for you, Lae'zel?
I know they do not. It is my responsibility to
Are
cleanse
we all here?
myself.
Okay, cool.
They pursued them mortally. Perhaps they were trying to free you.
A vain notion. I am one of many, and will not be a burden to my queen.
I will not burden my queen. So as I'm playing this, I'm just noticing certain areas like these twisting vines show up. And I gotta say, I actually have a hard time seeing the twisting vines in this game. Maybe it's just my eyesight or a visual thing, which is like I can't distinguish them between the grass. Don't walk through them.
Strange. It looks healthy.
The pig's dead, my friend. Staring at it won't bring it back. Come on. We'll never fix these brain worms if we stop and gawk at every piece of carrion you find.
Yes, but it's an exsanguinated boar. That is interesting.
The boar seems to be fresh, only a few hours dead. Examining the corpse, you see 2 small puncture wounds in its neck.
And is it dead enough for you?
Another persuasion check. Let's see if we can do it. Is luck on our side? No, it is not. Holy buckets. Roll again. Inspiration is definitely one of those resources. Don't hoard them. You can't, first of all. You can only have 4 in this game. And in the tabletop version, you can only have 1 for yourself.
It's been drained of blood with wounds in its neck.
Don't
Don't
sit on them. If a DM gives you inspiration, take it, use it. What they're doing is they're kind of giving you a lifeline for a particularly difficult roll or streak of rolls.
I'll keep watch tonight. We won't have to worry about nocturnal visitors. Now, please, let's go.
Now, please, let's go. Where are we at on the map here? So we still have to cross this bridge. Ooh.
Your sour face is tiring, Shadowheart. By all means, leave if I am so distasteful.
I'd rather not turn my back on you.
If it's all the same. I do appreciate the banter. I think, given the way that today is, and I still have to prepare for my D&D game tonight, I'm going to cut it early. I'm enjoying doing this series. I don't know if we'll complete a full game of this as we go along, just because if we go to every Saturday, that's gonna take many weeks. But I'm still enjoying this, and as long as I'm enjoying this, I'll keep doing this. And if you enjoy watching it, put a comment in the comments, or get in touch with us on socials, and what have you. We have a new episode of After the Hype out that I uploaded on Friday, and it was from a week ago, where we talked about escapism in our shows and the things we choose to watch or engage with that give us our best form of escape. We have some good selections and a good talk about that. Definitely check it out. There's links everywhere on our socials, on the YouTube. You don't have to look very hard. So I recommend doing that. And for now, we're going to call it a day. Thank you for watching, whether it's in the moment, in the present, or if you watch later. Baldur's Gate 3 is an excellent game. I have so much fun with it. And if you haven't played it, give it a try. Anyways, I'm going to leave you there. And we'll see you next time. I just had a complete brain fart. Now I just gotta figure out how to shut this thing off. And I think I found it. Alrighty, I have to click end and then we're good. And there we go.